Sports Report. I am joined today by the man behind Thug Trials, Mr. Caleb Brown. Caleb, how are we doing today?
Great, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I have to admit, I'm a little taken back by this card, brother. Like it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. I mean, every time you drop a match card, I'm like, oh my God, more heat. So, can you kind of talk to me about how you transitioned from competitor to promoter?
Yeah, so it kind of was like this all happened over the course of 2 weeks, if I'm being completely honest with you. Cause this all started because there was one of the top local comp teams by us, 10th Planet Grand Rapids, was doing a white belt quintet. So they wanted to find out who the best white belt team in the state was, and they asked us to put a team in. So my dad came to me and he was asking, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, we have probably." Like we had like 40 white belts who are good competitors and who I really didn't know off the top of my head who would beat who. I said we should just do like a wrestle off tournament for it. So I asked my dad, I was like, can I put together a little in-house tournament? He was like, yeah. And so I put together an in-house tournament and I had some fun with it. I did some promos and stuff because it was just a bunch of white belts. It was a fun time for the boys. And it ended up, the page ended up like popping off, getting a couple hundred followers, and a bunch of like local competitors were hitting me up asking to get on the next super fight show. And I was like, well, this was just a like fun in-house tournament, but if people want super fights, we can for sure do super fights. So it started off as just like a really small. I was actually driving on my way out to Pans a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking I had a couple fun local matchups. I had a dude named Eric Licky who was a finalist for the Ultimate Grappler. He's not super well known. He's on the come up right now. He's from Florida. He was gonna face Michael Noonian, who's one of the top local guys around here. So I was like, that's you don't know either of those names, but for me as a local guy, I was like, I think that's the best we're gonna get. And then it was about 2 a.m. And we were driving back from New York, and there was a lot of marijuana, nicotine, and caffeine ingested. And I just said to my dad, I said, I wonder how much Keith Krikorian costs to get on a card, because me and Keith have actually competed on the same card a couple times before. So I hit him up, and it ended up being within our ballpark. So we were like, man, let's make it happen. And then when we dropped Keith's match, I thought, well, if we're going to do a card in Michigan, we have to have the best grappler in Michigan on the card, David Garmo. So we hit up David Garmo. He was within our price range too. So then at this point we go, okay, well, maybe we should get a couple investors on board, see how far we can bring this thing. And then from there, it was just kind of, I mean, the craziest one to me was when Helena Krivar said yes, honestly, and dealing with the Roaches too. Like it was like these are the dudes who I've watched since I'm like a little kid, and now I'm texting them on Instagram asking them to compete for me. It's been absolutely crazy because it's kind of all been over the course of 3 weeks now.
That's insane, man. Like you said, it went from I saw Keith and like obviously he came out for us, so I was like, oh, he's staying busy.
Yeah,
And I think the last time we talked, I asked you kind of what's the competition scene like in Michigan. You're like, Detroit's got some stuff. We have Fuji. There's not a lot going on. And
yeah.
I recently just made the trip up there too, and it's like you said, there's not a ton going on, but you're able to kind of snag these guys. I see Brad Schneider's on the card. I see Garmo's
Yeah.
on the card. It's like you're kind of making Michigan a hub, the hub that it should be, you know?
Yeah,
So,
no, 100%. And just to derail really quick, that was when we started getting these bigger guys on board. Me and my dad were talking, and my other business partner Daytwan were talking about what we want to do with this company. And we said we really want it to be a chance for a lot of these local Midwest guys to get to showcase on against the highest level guys out there. I want them to get a chance to grapple guys like Achilles Roca, guys like David Garmo's facing Steve Joaquin. That's two of the best dudes, one from Detroit Midwest, one from the East Coast, So that's my whole goal with this card is to create a scene for Michigan.
I mean, it's definitely working already, man. Like you're making a lot of noise. I think it's like you said, it's so fast. Like you guys don't have the following that you should have, given like how big this card is. But I think after this event, when people start to see the content come out, it's gonna blow up for you, man. So that kind of
Yeah,
brings me to
it's
what's
going
that?
to be even bigger when they see some of the announcements we have for our January card.
Okay. All right. Don't give too much away.
I
We'll
won't.
schedule another interview after this. But
Yeah.
so I guess in terms of the actual event itself, it's no longer in-house, correct? You're using it looks like a local sports center, or can you kind of talk
Yeah.
about the venue a little bit?
Yeah, it's So it's in Paw Paw, Michigan, which I know no one out there knows where it's at. It's I'm my hometown is Kalamazoo, Michigan, which nobody has probably heard of either. Maybe if you've heard the song, you know it. But Kalamazoo, Michigan, is a decent sized college city. Paw Paw, Michigan, is a smaller city, about 10 minutes outside of it. But there's a really nice sports complex that seats about 500 people. That a lot of local Fuji's and local grappling tournaments come out and use anyways. So I actually know the owner personally. He's a good friend, so it just kind of made sense. But we're definitely looking to scale up the venue after the show.
Okay. And for people that aren't familiar with Thug Trials, what can competitors expect? I mean, what do you have planned in terms of the operation? Are guys going to be facing off, weigh in same day, day prior? What does that look like?
So day before weigh-ins. So and I personally, as a competitor, I always prefer the day before weigh-in competitions because that way you can eat good the night before. You can show up to the comp filled with electrolytes, water, feeling good. So I feel like everybody will be at tip-top performance with the day before weigh-ins. And then in terms of the actual match, the matches all will be in a cage. Which I personally find a little bit more intriguing because it kind of adds one of my personal things that I hate, both as a spectator and being a competitor out on the mat, is the constant resets. That's one of the things that makes ADCC really appealing. Is they go, we don't give a fuck if you go on the literal basketball floor. We're gonna, I have a rear naked finish of dude was face down on the basketball court floor at an ADCC Open, right? Like that's the kind of stuff that draws views. But if you can eliminate resets altogether, it really encourages a nonstop action. But the big problem you have in the cage is stalling. So we've implemented actually a like basketball like shot clock, where if the ref puts out a warning, a shot clock pops up with 24 seconds, and you have 24 seconds to actively do something that the refing is like, okay, he's creating action now. If the 24 seconds winds down, the person who was not stalling will get to choose the position.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, it's nobody really has it figured out yet. I mean, like the pit seems to be ideal, but you need those
Yeah.
elevated seats for spectators,
Yes.
and like there really is no ideal enclosure. But I mean, like you said, the biggest issue I've seen with the cage is like stalling. I mean, you can kind
Yeah.
of get on your bike, skirt the outside, so that's always a good way to go. Like stalling is it's not ideal, man. So I mean,
And that our rule, like the shot clock rule, will help take care of the in match stalling. But in terms of rewarding stalling with the judge's decision, the way that the judge's decisions are going to be scored, if someone say, if me and you are in a match and I push you up against the cage and I stall 4.5 minutes of the match and we're even on subs, that's probably going to go to the other dude because the other dude actually was going for subs and you were just holding there stalling. We're not looking to encourage stalling by any means.
love it, man. Love it. I feel like no matter what you do, somebody's going to try and game the rules. So I mean, if
Yeah.
you set that precedent really early, people are kind of like, "Oh, I can't mess around here." I mean, I think you've seen that with PGF too. It's like if you don't
Yeah.
get the sub, it's kind of just excuse me, it's just kind of whatever, and it encourages guys to push the pace. So I'm curious myself. So where can we watch it? Where's the streaming platform at? Can you kind of plug that a little bit?
Yeah, so I don't got the name of the pay-per-view off the top of my head, but both of the links are in the Instagram bio. You can buy the tickets at tickettailor.com. Link is in the Instagram bio. Just when you go to the Thug Trials Instagram, you see the two links, click that. Tickets are first, pay-per-view is second. Um the only reason I don't know the pay-per-view is we just got it confirmed last week and we were talking with like three different companies, so I don't remember which one we said 100% because my partner handled the production side of things. But yeah, just go to the Instagram bio, check out both those links, and we have one of the top production teams in the company or in the country, I'm sorry, coming in to make sure that like this is not going to be like some, I won't name other grappling shows out there that you pay a lot of money for, where you show up and then the pay-per-view live stream doesn't even work and you're like, man, I wish I hadn't paid $100 a year or whatever the price is, unnamed price, uh to watch this event. We want to make sure that like the fans are coming in, they're not sitting there just watching a cage for 20 minutes. We're gonna have stuff in between. We're gonna have highlights of the competitors for them to watch. So for both the person at home and the person in the crowd, it's going to be a night where you're not just going to be sitting there like, man, the jiu-jitsu is really fun, but there's just a lot of downtime in between that's boring. We're eliminating that completely.
Nice, man. Nice. And it's always good to hear, like, especially for your first outing, working with a company. I mean, I've for our first one, it was kind of just everything was in house, and the last one we outsourced. It was like, oh man, it was such a load off, like knowing that somebody that knows what they're doing is taking care of it. So I mean, that's good to hear right off rip. If I was to purchase pay per view right now, am I still qualified to win a pellet grill? What's the situation with that? I'm trying
Yes,
to.
yes. It's less than 100 people so far. So you're still we're gonna post when the giveaway is when it hits the 100% capacity. So yeah, get in there, dude, and you got a good chance at it.
Boom! I just saw that today. I was like planning on purchasing, but I'm like, oh man, I want this smoker. It's a Traeger. Yeah, sorry. Let's explain real quick. So the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
200 people that purchase a pay per view are entered into a raffle to win a Traeger pellet grill.
Yes, and it's like the new nice model, and I got one at home personally. That thing's worth it. I'm telling you that much, bro. You get some nice wood chips in there, bro. It makes any meat crazy good.
Now I'm gonna need to get on that for sure.
Yeah.
Immediately after this call, we should wrap this up. No, I'm just playing. But I guess kind of my last question is some of these guys, man, like it's like not necessarily the bigger names like the Brad Schneiders, the Keith Krikorians. I think everybody's pretty familiar with them, but some of these guys are sneaky good, man. Like I saw you have Tameem Syed, I'm butchering his name right now. Tameem Syed, he's on the card.
Yes, yes,
Um every time I see that guy, he looks a little different. He's kind of like Drake. Like he has so many looks. But he's a sleeper, man. Like I feel like a
dude.
lot of
I've
guys aren't
been
familiar with him. He's a dog.
and, and that's why I really wanted to get him matched up with Keith as soon as I saw the match because I was like, man, I love Keith and I love Tameen, and this is a match where Keith is a super well known guy, and Tameen is not known by anybody at all, right? So it's like, I just want the rest of the country to see, like, Tameen is a fucking good grappler. You know what I mean? Like, I am not making any predictions on who will win or lose that match by any means, but I guarantee it's not going to be a quick match. I guarantee both guys are going to come out, and that's going to be like, oh man, that was a scrap, man. And that's what we're wanting to do is show these guys like Tameen, show these guys like Brad Schneider's known, but he's not as well known as some of these other guys across the country. We want to get his name out there too, dude, because he's a fucking monster.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think my favorite matchup on the card is Diallo Braithwaite and oh my goodness, I'm spacing his name. Kevin
Kevin
Dantzler.
Dancer,
Yeah. Oh
yes,
my goodness,
yes.
dude. That was the one that like really like it's one of those matchups that it's like it makes so much sense, but like I don't know how we haven't seen it yet. Those guys aren't super far from each other. One's from
Dude,
PA,
so
one's from
I'm
Virginia.
about
Like,
to cry because cut this from the recording, but Kevin pulled out last night.
uh
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck, bro, because that was personally my favorite match on the card too.
yeah.
These guys beat Marab and Aljamain, and then Diallo isn't a direct affiliation training partner of mine, but he's like kind of sister school training partner of mine. So I've trained with him, and my dad's trained with him before, and I'm like, man, that would have been a crazy good fucking match, bro. But I'm working on something really good for Diallo still that I think will be up there with just as much. Like I think the people will be just as excited about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Diallo kind of brings the action no matter what. I mean, I've seen Kevin
100%.
kind of pull guard, play legs a lot, and like Diallo just kind of no matter what you're gonna do, he's game. He's like, all right, I'll try and pass. I'll try and Diallo keeps it exciting. So I mean, curious to see what you guys throw together for him. But so how does your company work here, man? Like I know your dad's involved. Like you said, you have a business partner on the production side. Are you kind of the matchmaker? Like what's
Yeah.
everybody's role in this?
So, officially, there's three owners of the company: me, my dad, and my business partner Daytwan. You've seen him if you've seen the announcement videos that we made before. We just kind of started it, and then really the roles we take is my dad's kind of head of production and head of like all the financial stuff that I'm a little too dumb to handle right now, you know. And then I mainly just take care of the athletes and the matchmaking. So if you've talked to somebody, if any of the athletes have talked to somebody, they've talked to me. And I'm the most qualified for that just because I've traveled on and competed on damn near all the super fight cars and shows across the country. So it's like, I know what the athletes want. I know what they're expecting. I know how to talk to them. And then my buddy Daytwan, he really is just kind of like our task solver. You know what I mean? Like when shit goes south, it's like, all right, let's call Daytwan. Let's solve the problem really quick. And then, so we know it's like three pieces to a puzzle that fits perfectly for the current time. And then I also do got to give a shout out because all the posters, everything you see is designed by my stepmom. She's a wizard with that. So it's been super helpful having her in the back pocket to make all that stuff rather than have to pay out the ass to somebody for it.
100%, man. It's a family affair. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So, like I said, now's kind of your time. I mean, if there's anything we didn't cover, anything you think people should know, any fight announcements would be dope. But I mean, now's kind of your time, man. Plug away.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I can make this announcement that we're about to drop later today. Actually, it's our final main card announcement. And these are two names I don't know if you will be as familiar with if you haven't been around the Midwest scene, but the first name is Dylan Lemons. He's the Ninja Grappling 135-pound, 145-pound champ, I believe. He's one of the top up and coming dudes in the country. He just got a win on Double Gold. He's an absolute beast. He's a full-time like oil rig worker too or something. So the dude's just an animal, bro. And I'm super excited. But his opponent is Mondo Gutierrez, who was on Team McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter. He's been to Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds. He's a finalist of Midwest Finishers. This guy is I've the dude's beat the shit out of me twice on the mats in competition. Like this guy's an animal. And what I'm really excited about this match is it's kind of two dudes who have that like fuck you, this is my mat attitude. You know what I mean? And those matches are always like you're gonna see some crazy scrambles, some crazy subs that you're like, how is he not tapping this right now? You know what I mean? And that's the match I'm super excited for. Um I just want to highlight three undercard matches really quick, and I'll be brief for them. But the three undercard matches I'm super excited for: Mikel Free versus Cristiano I'm gonna butcher the last name pronunciation. I apologize. Torosi, I believe. Cristiano Torosi. I don't know all his accolades off the top of my head because there's too fucking many, but I know he's a Polaris, UFC Fight Pass. I believe ADCC vet as well. The dude is an absolute monster, and he's been hitting me up, and he's like super hungry to compete, super excited to be on the card. And his opponent, Mikel Free, is just an animal. He's a Viking of a man. He's been tearing up the local scene, kind of taking out a lot of the top guys. So that's another local Midwest guy who I'm really excited to see go with one of the top guys in the country. And I'm obviously always a fan of Cristiano too. Um, Two people that nobody's heard of, but I promise you, you will hear about both of them soon. Is Ray Marquez versus Corey Barnes. Corey actually came and competed for you guys. Corey Barnes. He's one of my
Oh,
main training partners. The kid, he's what I try to tell people is like, I the first time I ever met Corey was 4 or 5 years ago. It was his first tournament, and I had been competing for about 6, 7 years. I tapped him in 10 seconds. Within 4 years, our competition record is I have 3 wins, he has 2 wins on me. I'm like, this kid is so fucking good, man. And when it comes to the legs and like his submission attacks, he's a savant with that shit. And Ray Marquez, he's really unknown on the grappling scene, but an absolute monster wrestler. And he's coming out of a super legit gym here who has like some world class jiu-jitsu, deep water MMA. So that's one of those matchups where I think that Corey's going to keep the sub attack on the whole time, but Ray is not going to be looking to tap, and Ray's going to be looking to fucking punish him for it. So I'm really excited for that. And then, really, the last one is just probably Johnny Puente versus Will Swims. This one is kind of an interesting matchup because it's a brown belt versus a blue belt, which typically is a kind of a little bit like the people don't love to see it. But why I kind of like this matchup is because Johnny is technically a Masters competitor. Um, but he's an absolute animal. He just had a matchup with the number 3 adult black belt middleweight in the country, and he hung in there. He didn't win at the matchup, but it was an incredibly close matchup. And Johnny's a gym owner. He's an absolute beast. He's been tearing up the local scene. And then Will Swims is actually one of my training partners. And I've been telling people for like years now, I'm like, once this guy gets on the competition scene, he is going to tear it up. Because this guy is he's one of those dudes who it's like, it annoys you because he doesn't train as much as he should. And you're like, I hate that you're as good as you are because I wish I could be like, you suck right now because you're not training, but you're still good. So I can't even be like that to you right now. You know, it's a fucked up situation. But those are 3 undercard matches I'm really excited for. Um, Make sure you guys get the pay per view before the price increases. It increases to $30 the week of, I believe. And if you guys want the VIP experience, bottle service, premium Italian dine-in, all of that, get your VIP ticket online. We got cage side tickets available online too. We got the general admission if you're just trying to come chill. It's gonna be a great night. We're gonna have multiple bars set up. We're gonna have a couple food vendors set up, and we're even gonna have a fire dancer come in to kick off the show. So it's gonna be a wild night.
A fire dancer, like a Vegas Strip experience
Yes.
type
Yeah.
deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely wild. Let me pull it up right now. November 22nd. If you guys don't
Yes.
know, now you know. Thug Trials. You're not gonna want to miss it. Some absolute dogs, nationally, locally. What else are you doing that weekend? Seriously, what else are you doing that weekend? It's the best thing to do in Michigan for sure, right? Like, I mean, what else? What else
Oh,
could be better?
and if you're not in Michigan, make sure you tune in because I don't think that we've seen a better grappling card this year yet. To be honest with you.
No argument here, man. You're killing it, dude. I can't wait to see what's next. Like you said, you're already plotting and trying to get ready for the next one. So I mean, good for you, man. It's impressive. That's the only word
Thanks,
that comes to
Gus.
mind, man. Super
Thanks.
impressive. Hard to believe it's your second one. Caleb, I thank you for the time. I will definitely be tuning in. I encourage everybody else to. We're gonna run a QR code right about now with all the links and where to go, where to buy pay per view. But yeah, if you have anything else, now's your time. But thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, final thing. I am hopping in the promotion game. I'm not done competing yet, though. So if you guys want to see me hop back out for Combat Sports Report next year, I'm ready. Just let me know.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We're somebody was asking me about possibly a Detroit card, and I think we're eyeing it for some super fights. So I'll be in touch for that for sure. But
Let me know. Let me know. I'll put on a show, brother.
thank you, man. Caleb Brown, everybody. We'll be right back after this.